internet, Spanish man child coming at you with another Legends of Runeterra for guys today. And today we're going to continue the trend as we're going to be showcasing old, I was going to say forgotten, but not really, like old archetypes that have gotten a bit of a push with this expansion as we got a lot of new toys for all sorts of different strategies. And today I'm going to feature one of my personal favorite try-hard decks, what I believe to be the best to come out of the Sharima expansion. And my champion, not yours, mine. My personal favorite champion from Thralls. It's not even close. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, you can read the thumbnail. We're talking about Thralls. I used Thralls to reach diamond rank yesterday. We went 17-6 with this deck as I try hard through platinum to, you know, rest a little bit in diamond before I make the push to masters. In a deck called a cool deck because I am a comedic prodigy, as you can tell. Let's go over what is my take on the archetype. I absolutely love Frozen Thralls. I really enjoyed playing this from the get-go. Unfortunately, it wasn't really a thing for a while because the first sort of like strategy that Lyssandra was a part of was the dreaded Watcher Shadow Owl's Trundle control that was, you know, extremely consistent and honestly one of the most toxic decks we've ever had in Legends of Runeterra. So Lyssandra got a bad reputation at first, which I really hated because I thought the champion design was absolutely amazing, though that deck specifically did not really rely on Lyssandra for much more than to just set up the Watcher, right? But here we get to really play Lyssandra in the show that she was supposed to be in, and we get to explore all the facets from her design and her level up, specifically Lyssandra being a 3-mana 2/3 with Tough that summons a Frozen Thrall upon summoning herself. And then if you've summoned 2 or more allies that cost 8 or more, we get to level up and create a Watcher in hand. What I love about Lyssandra, besides her having some of the best voice lines, if not the best in the game, a sick-ass level animation, it's also just one of the coolest, more flavorful, like, level-off payoffs. We get this Watcher that's looming in our hand and essentially putting our opponent on the clock, and then we got that Tough onto the Nexus. That's just the dopest thing, alongside our ice shards being generated every round that cost 0 mana. Like, there's so much going on with this champion, and it is just, to this day, in my opinion, the epitome of champion design, man. She is, like, there's no other champion in Thralls that comes even close to her. Not even the likes of Udyr, which has some interesting facets to it, but man, Lyssandra is just really up there for me, has always been, and I absolutely love this archetype in which you work for, you know, the Frostguard Thralls through countdown synergies and have a lot of very neat combos in the process. As much as I like this deck, I know it's very polarizing in regards to some people like it, some people absolutely hate it because there are some uninteractable elements to it, right? As our game plan revolves around landmarks, and landmarks are a bit of a, you know, polarizing subject in Legends of Runeterra. But nonetheless, I absolutely love Thralls, and I love to try hard with them because it's one of those decks that really rewards thinking a few turns ahead, right? Adapting to the matchups and going with a specific line of play, thinking outside the box, because sometimes you have to do some weird plays that will ensure, you know, keeping track of what turn you have the attack token on as well to try to get this massive, you know, just spawn of 8/8 overwhelms that just completely destroy the opponent. So what we're doing here is we're incorporating 2 new cards from the expansion that I believe just really cement this deck as a top tier contender for sure, as we got the Harbinger of Thralls, the most impactful one out of the 2. 2-mana 2/2 that has 2 different potential effects. First of all, it can summon a Frozen Thrall, or it can advance all of your Frozen Thralls 1 round. What this card does for the archetype is absolutely bonkers. Not only does it help us with our consistency in getting those Frozen Thralls earlier on, but it also gives us various ways to play the game, as we can go all in on 1 Frozen Thrall and utilize Promising Future onto it, but in other matchups we can try to just spread out with our Frozen Thralls and then use Harbinger of Thralls alongside cards like Imagine Possibilities to advance multiple Thralls going off, which is why we are playing a couple of copies of Draklorn Inquisitor, who is a card that got dropped a while back because the archetype focused more on the promising future synergy. But now we're more flexible. Harbinger of Thralls does all that for this archetype. It is an amazing addition. And the other card that we actually, I didn't really think was going to be that good, maybe like a one-off, and I was definitely wrong. I underestimated this card, the Sands of Time. We're running it as a 2 here. 6 mana burst speed spell that gives enemies -2 power this round, and then we create an instant sentry in hand, which is the same card that the 8-drop clock hand does create English for us, but this one we get it at burst speed, and we're able to advance a landmark 4 rounds. There's so many plays we can set up with this, especially in conjunction with Talia, and also giving us a little bit of a extra, you know, breathing room against decks that go really wide, being able to severely weaken their attack. It's just a very, very neat addition to the archetype overall. When it comes to my deck, like I said, I'm running 2 copies of Dracula Inquisitor to give us more flexibility. There's also certain matchups in which this card really shines. Like, for example, Bard decks don't generally have much immediate answers for this, and also giving us the ability to spread out our threats against matchups that are Sharima based, and they could be running Desert Naturalist, so we don't go all in on one specific Frozen Thrall, and we don't succumb to landmark removal. You know, as limited as it is, there are some decks that run it, so Draclorn gives us more flexibility in that regard and being able to go wider with the Thralls, which is really important. We got, of course, a full set of Blighted Ravine, a couple of copies of Avalanche. We got your boy, the Soup Man, because we got to stay alive against aggressive decks. Absolutely essential for Thralls decks, as we got a couple of copies of Clockwork Curator. Don't really need to run 3, I believe. I think with this set of 2-drops, we're set to go. And we definitely value Harbinger a little bit more. A little bit of extra card draw here with Preservarium. Instead of going full multiple copies of Three Sisters, I'm actually prioritizing Quicksand because I believe this card is just really powerful right now. And a little bit more powerful than Three Sisters despite the flexibility. And I'm running 1 Three Sisters and 1 copy of Succumb to the Cold because of the ability to spawn a Frozen Thrall, which can be really good, especially in matchups that drag out a little bit. Having that extra landmark can go a long way. And then a 1-off of Rite of Negation. And that's my take on the Thralls archetype. This deck has been working really well for me. Like I said, we had a really strong win rate to get to Diamond, and I recorded some games in Diamond rank for you today. As from now on, we're going to move on to some of the new cards. I'm going to try to build some new spicy decks, but I really wanted to revisit some of the decks that I really just enjoy so much, right? And they got stronger. Like Deep and this are 2 archetypes that I just adore, and I really wanted to, you know, get on it and bring you as an updated version in case you want a deck to climb a bit of ranked with, and a deck that's ultimately very rewarding. It's gonna really it has a deep learning curve, but it's gonna make you feel, you know, I guess it's gonna make you feel a little bit smart, I guess, which is, you know, a great thing, right? It boosts the ego of card game players. And I'm gonna stop rambling because I'm over 7 minutes at this point, and I'm going on tangents. Love ya, have a solid day, enjoy the games. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, here we go, and round 1. We go against the one deck we don't want to face. Well, we're going to keep you. We're going to need that soup, and the Curator as well. At least we find Frozen Thrall here, which is pretty neat. And Time in a Bottle. Like, I mean, we want to find Blighted Ravine.
Explosives primed.
But we are definitely in danger. Big danger against this archetype. This archetype is really fast, really nasty. Very menacing.
Let's go make some friends, Tibbers.
That's right. I think they're taking that trade. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on, develop something. Well, not something that's the stun. Don't stun me, 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 por favore! We got a Blighted Ravine here that's gonna put in the work. We got some healing, but man. Ooh.
Wanna play with Tippers?
Okay, that sounds like fun.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's think here. We definitely want to keep Lyssandra. Lyssandra is gonna level up soon. Well, not soon. Actually, we need to trigger 2 of those. If I play the Kindly Tavern Keeper, I can trade into those, and then I can set up the, otherwise with Tavern Keeper I can block into you, prevent a little bit of damage, and then still preserve a board state, but then, I mean, Lissandra allows me to develop more, to preserve more.
I will bury the world in ice. This'll shake him.
I want to learn.
This way.
Boom. Shatter.
I'm gonna go for the Blighted Ravine here. I'm gonna trigger these two down. My Lissandra is low, but now I do have the ability to time in a bottle here.
A warrior needs a drumbeat.
Leave your bags in the door.
We're gonna Tavern Keeper here to set up a blocker against this. I'm gonna keep our time in a bottle to surprise them with our spawn before they can actually stun it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now we do this. We predict into Quicksand is not bad. Quicksand allows us to block against quite a few attackers here, but I don't think we need that as much as other things. I'm actually gonna skip here. We halt their attack, which is really important. So we have Harbinger of Thralls here. I think no matter what, man, I'd love to keep this Lyssandra, but this...
This one's on the house.
Being able to trade to those two is important. But then again, I'm going to keep you in the back. I put you on a turn 2 clock anyways. I think that's what matters here. Keeping you here. Yeah, let's strike just with this. We're aiming to kill them next round.
Remember the objective.
Man, this avalanche.
Make the Empire proud.
This avalanche is looking too good. But right now we can deal with this board.
I never miss.
I have to say goodbye to Lyssandra. This avalanche is way too good. And that's why I didn't want to attack with a Tavern Keeper. We still preserve him as a blocker.
I have my orders.
And now we get to play you. Will we advance this one round? Oh, they're out of gas. They're out of gas, baby. They're out of gas. We got that round negation in the back. Oh, there we go. Shut down, baby. Nice. That's the worst matchup. Oh, see that. Alright, I am sorry, mate. I don't think these decks are playing Scorched Earth, though. They're playing Disintegrate. We see no Frozen Thralls, so no matter what, we go for a full mulligan and try to find them. We have Lissandra. We'd rather see a bit of an earlier one here, but we do have Talia as well. We got some healing, too, which is always nice to see against a matchup like this.
Come on, Timbers. It's quick time. Love play. Burning.
No to bulk super early on. Let's pass for now. I could play Perseverance, but I'd rather carry over the Spell Mana instead.
This way.
Ages past.
Alright, we go with Sandra. Love to see a Blighted Ravine here. Blighted Ravine would be a perfect draw. Card of the cards! Alright. Grab your time. I don't want to go down to a Ravenous Flock just yet. I definitely want to develop some board presence here. We do have Hands of Time to completely halt this attack though, so we're not particularly worried. We gotta think here. We could set up, we're not looking too bad with that at Talia the next round. So here, I don't think we actually want to. I think we want to heal up here instead.
Come on in.
Because we want Talia, so I don't think we want to play this.
The world
world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
We're going 6. Next round. Next round we're going 6. Complete that. We drop down to 4. We drop down 6, 5. Yeah, we don't go for this now. We do this now. Preventing their Ezreal from connecting.
Shatter.
Let's talk about your tag.
They can develop some damage here to. That's a lot. That's a lot of spells. Yeah, so this is my line of play here. I'm preserving this because I'm going to go for a Talia duplication onto this. This is why you have to think ahead when playing Thralls. So what we're going to do is we're gonna spawn 2 8/8s here and potentially level up Lissandra if she survives. But I see 3 spells going down here, which makes it less likely. But Lyssandra's tough is going to make it difficult for my opponent to just take her out without some Ravenous Flux or some... I mean, there's... Like, I didn't want to play Lissandra over here because Disintegrate can just wipe me out. But we could see Disintegrate onto Lissandra instead. I think that's what they're thinking about here. No matter what, there's no way they're leveling up Ezreal here. Like, they haven't even progressed his level up once. That's certainly interesting.
Firing!
Okay, just to take down a 3-drop. I assume they have a flock here. I assume they have a flock.
First the smoke, then the fire, then the
We have another Lissandra in hand, which is really important. Next round, we have a total of 6 mana, 8 with that. Do we need to play Preservarium? Is there a reason not to play Preservarium that I think of? No, it gives us more card draw, it gives us more options. Do this, and then we go with that. Now we have 6 mana, which allows us to do this. We advance this 4 rounds.
Come on, there's so much to see.
We duplicate it, and now this is why I didn't play it earlier, because we have to set it up like this, so now we can burst on them, and we get to draw as well. I haven't seen these decks play Scorched Earth and Disintegrate. Okay. Now we go in. Another one.
It all falls down.
I'm so good, I surprised myself!
I think we have something on that case.
More than mortal.
Iceborne. We have the red negation in case we need it.
A dark cloud looms on the horizon.
Are you ready, Shippers?
Kill. Fight.
Not pinging us here. Not emoting now, are you? Not emoting now. Well, ain't that too bad.
Obstacle meat gauntlet.
That makes it interesting. All right. Let's get Ezreal out of here.
Stinging cold.
My lady calls to me and I obey.
Boom. We're doing it right here. Like I'm spawning you. Now I can when they play Tibbers, I can actually play Tavern Keeper and heal her. And we just don't care, baby. We don't care. Bruh, like you're gonna play this guy, you're gonna stun some units, and that's fine and all, but it don't matter. It don't matter one bit. Just gonna do this. Actually, let's make sure we don't fuck up here. Spawn our blockers. Gonna deal with that, gonna deal some damage to this. Impressive, bro. Very impressive.
What will you have?
Some soup. Some soup, my boy. And he just doesn't quite do much, you know. And when we got a tough. We got that toughness in there. It's just not quite there, you know. Who's gonna close up?
Feel the power of true ice.
This guy emoted me, so I'm just an emote machine now. You opened the floodgates. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry, mate. But you're dead. Let's get these blockers out of the way. Disintegrate would be pretty funny here. But obviously one card against the world, unless it's a top deck progress day, and I feel pretty good about this swing here. Yep. I am sorry.
The Frost God rule the Freljord.
Alright, let's do ourselves a favor. Let's actually apply the proper emotes for this deck. I forgot to do it, so I'm going to walk you down the process, okay? So we're playing Freljord and Sharima, right? We're playing Thralls. Unfortunately, there's no Lissandra or anything of that, but we do have Talia. So obviously, we got to go with Talia, without a doubt. We got to keep the sad Poro because we're playing Freljord, right? In this case, I think because he's also Sharima, Zillion GG is... I rarely take out Zillion GG. He's pretty top tier as an emote, obviously, so we're going to keep him there. But I do want to swap these around a little bit because, you know, there's no Bilgewater, there's no Shadow Owls, there's no Sentinels. So let's find, you know... I think one emote to express our just general anger that fits because we're playing Freljord. It should be the Tryndamere one. Let's see if I can find it. There's our Undying Rage, alright, when things don't go our way. Now, what else could we go for here? What emotes are proper for some Thralls for what we're doing? Let's see. I mean, I kind of like this one, just kind of like, well, I like the flex. I like the flex, you know, because when we get those Thralls in there, we gotta be flexing, you know? And honestly, when in doubt, when nothing else seems to quite fit, one of my personal favorite emotes? No, but this one is too related to this one, so I guess not. What do we go with here? What do we go with for the last one? This is very important. You know, I'm not super impressed with anything, so in that case, I'm gonna go with this. Because it also fits, you know, it's Sharima. And it's sometimes, you know, like things just work out so perfectly with this deck that it just you gotta throw that sand in. Alright? Round 3. Alright, I've heard about this deck. At first I was like Bard Garen, but honestly, like if you're going all in with the elites, you're going mono Demacia anyways, why not slap in Bard? Like it's a pretty cool thing. I'm gonna drop you. I'm gonna drop the Kindly Tavern Keeper. I don't mind double Harbinger of Thralls, but I'm gonna keep just one, just for the sake of the curve. I like that Succumb to the Cold. Definitely gonna be relevant in this matchup.
Help! Somebody help!
Don't help her. It's a trap. It's a trap. All right.
It's dangerous out there. Take this.
Okay, so they're going in. We want to set up a nice, clean avalanche here if possible.
Soldiers, to me. Glory unrelenting.
We passed there so quickly. We passed there. So I went to pass super quickly, so that I made him think I have nothing, and now we got the avalanche of a lifetime. Beautiful. Okay, so we're definitely going with the game plan of Talia. Promising future here. So we don't want to play Lissandra on curve here. We're going all in on this. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to play you for some board presence, or we're probably just going to go with Promising Future now to get it out of the way. Yeah. I'm just going with it now. We're setting up a Talia Promising Future play. So we gotta survive until then, and we can definitely do that with Succumb to the Cold. We're taking quite a bit of damage here, but... Interesting.
We fight for those who cannot.
That's a big hit, ladies and gentlemen. That's 5, 8, 11. 11. We heal, we're at 5. That's very dangerous. If we do this onto this, we're still not quite there. What's the play? Setting you up allows us to recover a bit, but
Come on in.
single combat. What does single combat do here? Clears the board and opens ourselves up is the problem. If I go for this, they can just single combat me away anyways. That's just more impactful, so I'm gonna do this here.
Let's put these rocks into motion.
Yeah, single combat is definitely very powerful here. Yep.
We must not relax. Stay resolute. Welcome. Good luck out there, recruit.
Captain Crownguard, I'm Cythria.
Warm hops and hot soup.
Soldiers, to me!
That's what I was kind of worried about. Like, if I top deck this, that's why I didn't want to play this. But I didn't know if I was gonna top deck or not. It's a problem. We gotta go for the open attack though. Like, there's no other play.
This one's on the house.
Judgment is a problem.
Fall by my sword! Hold the line!
Steady, soldiers.
Ages pass, but I am eternal. I will bury the world.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Die. Fight.
Let's talk about your tab.
Block like this.
Come back next
No regrets! Point the way, and I'll make the way.
We're down to that low. I could have gone with a cheeky this, but I need to have as much defense this round as possible.
discipline and steel.
Okay, if that's all their attack though, we're fine. We're fine. We put them on the clock here, if that's what they're gonna do. We're gonna pass back. They go for the fourth Demacia. That's their entire turn. All right, here we go. All right, I know what to do.
Soldiers.
No matter what, we gotta keep Lyssandra alive. Man, the pressure here was insane. There's no reason not to drop this now to heal us, just in case. We can afford to be a little bit greedier.
They are my people, and I am theirs.
We do what is right.
Because now...
Excuse me.
Kill.
I mean, we don't need to take that much, really. No, but it's gonna clear everything, so...
Fight.
Yeah, and we got to clear that anyways as well. Yeah, this is the way to go. We block with everything. They're out of mana. We sharded them away. And Lyssandra's the only one left behind, but it's all I need. I repeat, she's all I need. I should do this, why not? In case for some reason I don't kill them. We get him low. And we knock him out, baby! Let's go! Let's go! That was a match! Oh man, that was intense, dude.
The Frost God.
Rule the Freljord! Whew! Alright, back to Easy Annie. Renegation is actually pretty decent in this matchup. There will be a point when it comes into play, because they chain a lot of spells together. So I'm actually inclined to keep it. I'm also inclined to keep double Lyssandra, to be honest, because she is a very important... Yeah, I'm going to keep this entire hand. We got the Thralls early on. And Lyssandra is very important. I want to develop one Lyssandra first, and then have the other one in the back. And Renegation will come into play for sure.
Let's go
I think I want to respond with our own attack here to pass over initiative because it could very easily have a Ravenous Flock into a Arachnoid Sentry into a flock here, so we're gonna swing. Drawing this is interesting because it changes things a little bit, I think. We do have the ability to Talia. We also need to not die to early pressure, so I think
A dark cloud looms on the horizon.
I still think Lissandra is good here. We can use you to advance those. That would have been pretty good here, but having this is really neat regardless. Flock? No flock. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I think we may actually.
Plans within plans.
I'm gonna swing first. Go for a draw here. All right. Because with the Sands of Time, we have the ability to flip this next round, anyways. I'd love to Talia though, but I can always Talia this one that's coming to closer in. So I think I'm actually going to, first of all, I'm going to lead off with you.
Warm hearts and hot soup.
Heal up a little bit. Then I'm going to promise you future this one, because if they do happen to have some random like landmark removal, because maybe they've run Scorched Earth for some reason, I'm also targeting like the slower one as well, because then Sands of Time will be able to flip this next round anyways, and I can leave this one for later so I can duplicate it with Talia. I think that's the best approach here. We're still healthy. Okay, double spells onto that. But that's why I wanted double Lissandra, because I knew that eventually they would want to deal with this.
This one's on the house.
We went all in. Because now this is where this Rite of Negation that we kept at the beginning could be really powerful. Alright.
If it's a people problem, I'm your man.
Come on, there's so much to see.
Now we Talia, because we don't still need like.
Bernie. I want to play a game of hide and burn.
Well, I could Harbinger of Thralls here. I actually want to preserve these for an open attack, you know, to kill him, to guarantee the lethal on him. Like their timing is really good here, so I don't need to mess around with that. I'm really healthy, so even though they've gotten their Tabalkin,
It's Kythera, Annie.
it's Kythera. It's actually Kythera. Yeah. Okay. I am Iceborn, motherfucker!
All things go
Come at me, bruh. Come at me! I'm ready. Mom spaghetti. now that she's done, now we play you. Mana. Reinforcements. I mean, I don't give a fuck. That's like, really? That's the best you can do. And this is why I love keeping this right negation from the beginning. Because now, no matter what they do, I'm gonna say no. Alright. Here we go. Obey! Let's smack him. Yeah, draw. Draw all you want, buddy. For 6 mana, you got this. I do.
I hate traffic.
I do. Booyah. That never gets old, baby. Woo, there we go.
All is still for now.
Alright, I'm sorry, mate, again. But they switched to deep. Okay, we got the promising future and all this. And we're gonna go for mulligan though. I like promising future a lot, but not at the expense of a Thralls. And yeah, even with a full mulligan here, we don't find the Thralls. I cry every time. Hopefully, we do. Hopefully our luck changes a little bit here. I think I'll play a Preservarium, honestly, just to cycle through my deck a little bit. Increase my chances of finding that. Come on, I need to turn 3 Thralls at least. Come on, come on. Okay, oh dear God, thank you. Thank you!
I will bury the
World in ice. I'm not gonna give them a trade on 2 Lissandra though, because I could set up an Undergrowth and I can take this damage initially. Alright, that's a promising top deck. Honestly, I'm just gonna go for it. Is there any reason not to? Like, the plan is pretty straightforward. I mean, we could set up a Blighted Ravine, but we're not. It's deep. They're not gonna immediately pressure us here. They're not gonna immediately pressure us here. I'm gonna go for it. This board state allows for it. Wait, what? They're playing Scrap Shot? That's okay, that's a thing. I never would have expected that. Alright, down to Passage Unearned. This deck is just spice. This deck is the ultimate spice. Predict, see if we can find, okay, time in a bottle. That means we're gonna go down to 4, 4, 3. Definitely take you, right? Three. If we play you, we'll go down to 3, 2. Yeah, so we gotta drop you now. If we drop you now, and we play Talia, we'll have space for both. Yeah, oh, shit.
Weave my own path.
I will tend this garden.
Cool story, bro. Tend this.
Beware falling rocks.
Leading out the attack with Talia because of the
I cannot be broken.
thing. You heard here the thing. Look at that hit! Look at that hit, baby. Really like the matchup against deep because they give us room to do our thing. And once they go deep, like, if we set up right, like, we can just really outpace them here. But I must admit that scrap shot definitely caught me off guard. It's the first time I've seen that, especially with 6 men of vengeance being a thing. Was it worth it? I'm not really sure, honestly.
And so, life springs anew.
Alright. Well, he's gonna eat us. I mean, I could Renegation here, but honestly, I'm spawning these anyways. Okay, so we have 2 spots here. 3, 4. That actually works out for us. Thank you. That's actually great for us, because now we go boom. I am eternal. We actually want to keep this Renegation for Atrocity, even though we're not vulnerable there, but yeah, for an open mana event or something. We don't mind that. We don't mind that one bit.
You cannot fight the code.
But for Atrocity, it is important for us to be able to... Down to 8, but still not vulnerable to Atrocity. We're actually going to... I believe Blood Ravine here is the way to go. Even if it clears... I mean, it clears you up. It does level you up, though. But it deals 2 more damage, and it opens everything up here.
They are my people, and I am theirs.
Clearing up that Maokai is really important. And now... we're going in. Put this right back up. Checkmate. Oh no! Scrap shot thief. Gotta give my respects.
Their death serves greater
The death of great the papas.